Hey YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. I'm gonna make a quick video here tonight. Just I know I talk a lot about food here, but this is I think this one will keep kind of shorter and somewhat shorter. I think hopefully. Um, this is just kind of like for me what what foods tend to last the longest and some that are cheaper as well as really nutritious. So this is kind of like a rundown of some of my core, I guess you'd say, basics, grocery, like just what's it, the foundation, I guess you could say, of shopping for me. So in that is, I'm often every other shopping trip, or pretty often, I'm looking for onions and potatoes. Um, both those vegetables are really cheap, and potatoes are more filling, and they're both really nutritious. And same thing with beans. So it's kind of like a between those three. I mean, basically, the only difference between the potatoes, onions, beans, and the Quechua and stuff and the Incas is they would substitute quinoa for onions. But that those three foods are just amazing. If you get a lot of potatoes, beans, and a little bit of some onions, I mean, it's just really cheap. All those foods are really cheap. They'll last you quite a while. And they're for me they're really tasty. I mean, I don't know. Uh, I like the taste of cooked onions, that sort of thing. Absolutely. Um, and potatoes and stuff. They're all really tasty. So I also look for oranges, grapes, but avocados. I think avocados I include with the beans, and potatoes group. They're more filling. They have protein and fats. They're really healthy. Um, they're pretty core. I guess that sort of thing. Also, five different kinds of, well, basically four different kinds of nuts. Hazelnuts are kind of sometimes, I prefer them more right from the farm, not in bulk bins, but almonds, pistachios, walnuts, and cashews. With those guys, almonds are the cheapest ones, I think, and they can last a while. Of course, peanuts are more of a bean, but they're still sometimes here's a nut. I know all that stuff. Bananas are kind of a priority sometimes, but not always that much. Certainly chicken and turkey for meat, and they try to get the organic stuff. Eggs as well, same deal, just pasture raised sometimes. Apples, certainly organic apples, and if it's in summertime, I'll try to get some berries. A lot of different kinds of berries. Also, hot cocoa, dark chocolate, as well as wild caught salmon. That can be a little pricey, but it's salmon's I think is always worth it. As well as other kinds of fish that are wild caught, like rockfish, mahi, and trout. Cod is just kind of plain. It's fine, but I try to get some tartar sauce for that stuff. And I used to be into hummus. I might get into it again, but hummus is kind of an off and on thing. I'm not including. There's lots of other vegetables, frozen organic type vegetables. They're my favorites, but that I just sometimes thinking about calories and filling up on foods. They're some of the last foods you want to think of, but certainly I've got organic broccoli and spinach and corn is interesting. Organic corn because it can fill you up too, but for me it's like it's not the most nutritious thing, but it has more calories, which is great because it can fill you up a bit more. Organic green beans, similar kind of. Um, of course, grass-fed beef is a little pricey, but it's I think good to get it here and there. Like for me, my favorite kind is tri-tip. Cherries in glass jars, like canned cherries, are great in the off season. Um, if I can get something a little bit more processed type food, it'd be Nellie's thick chili or El Monterey beef and bean chimichangas. Definitely one of those two. Also, I like Trader Joe's pepperoni pepper spread and Kalamata olives sometimes, as well as canned artichoke hearts at Trader Joe's. PCC Natural Markets has a really good sauerkraut. And also for your prebiotics and all that enzyme stuff. Sometimes there's other kinds of produce I'll get. It's just if I get other produce, it's less likely. Sometimes I'll eat it before it goes bad. So you know, organic carrots I'll eat them. It's just a question of how quickly I'll go through them. Cucumber is hard. It just goes by bad so fast. You have to only get a few of them because you have to eat them really quick before they go bad. I haven't always had a lot of luck with certain kinds of fruit. It just if you go to a store like PCC Natural Markets or Whole Foods, it's a better chance of getting really high quality stuff. It's just you have to be really really picky about produce sometimes. So of course, organic celery is one of my favorite vegetables, along with cucumber, with the watery vegetables. Now, of course, all kinds of herbs and spices. I like all that kinds of stuff. And certainly my favorites among them: garlic, basil, thyme, marjoram, savory, paprika, turmeric. These are spices too, like fenugreek, cumin and coriander, amchur and mace, and cinnamon and black pepper, rosemary, sage. Uh, Also, sometimes I'll have avocado oil on hand and olive oil for salad dressings. For salad dressings, you can just mix lemon and lime juice with olive oil, or just pour some of that stuff, squeeze some of it on your salad, and you're just good to go. Salad dressing is just kind of a waste, I think, sometimes, depending on what you're getting. But of course, organic asparagus, frozen or fresh. I don't always get through organic bok choy. It's just just a question of am I actually going to have some stir fry or something like that? I don't know, or something Asian. Organic collard greens are really healthy, but it's just if you get them fresh, these big leaves, it's hard to go through them all. Organic nectarines, yeah, it's really, I've recently my landlord gave me some canned apricots, and they've been just awesome. And plums and prunes from PCC Natural Markets, fresh stuff. I also like fennel, more of the just the seeds and stuff. Um, there's other kinds of stuff I'll have, like organic lettuce and peas, just maybe mushrooms. I'm just less fond of, but I mean, I'll still eat them. There's lots of other stuff that I'll have. It's just that a lot of some stuff like of course I like shrimp, but it's just very pricey. And canned tuna I'll get, but it's just I don't have a whole lot of it. Whole lot of it. And also grass fed lamb, even though it's even sometimes as expensive as beef or more expensive, so I just don't get it very often. Black licorice and honey for sweets. Um, I only eat rice at restaurants now. I just don't make it at all. I just don't need it in my diet right now. And lentils are great. Canned beans are great. Grapefruit, kiwi fruit, and pineapple. I'm not eating as much of that stuff because I get other kinds of produce. I still eat those kinds of fruits. Don't get me wrong. I like them a lot, especially the group, probably grapefruit or pineapple. But they're both pretty. Pineapple's really intense. It just, you know. So I just don't eat as much of pineapple. It just all depends. But yeah, some of the earlier ones I mentioned are probably some of the bigger guys. I get. So it's a good idea to get a mix of like again beans and avocado and organic corn, organic potatoes, onions, some nuts, dark chocolate, maybe, and then some fruit. It's just cheaper and filling stuff that's going to be good for the bod. Anyway, I'll stop this video. Hopefully you guys are going to get some stuff out of this, but it's just that because there's tens of thousands of things that you could get at a grocery store. This is a step in the right direction. If I'm not including there's other foods like dairy and cheese and bread that a lot of people like that I don't ever buy. And you could add that to your list, of course, if you want. But it's you just want to try to kill many birds with one stone. Yes, like it's true. You want to whatever foods you buy, you want to have each of those foods cover part of your nutrition or cover a lot of ground. You don't want to get something just doesn't have any stuff to it, nutrients. It's just what's it going to do for you? I mean, it's like candy. The candy tastes great, but no nutrients. So, all right. We're going 10 minutes here. I'll catch you guys later. Leave me the thoughts and comments below. Catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.